saying I style like I'm mental, moving wild and mental. I made another 5 this week. Your money playing hide and seek. I don't even like to speak. I just tell him hi and bye. Slide off automatic high and die.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features 2 quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Carson Wentz's Eagles going up against Roethlisberger's Steelers.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only the...
Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, 67 yards. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. Boswell on now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Now a man who was briefly a Steeler himself. This is LeGarrette Blount. And all the way down to the 35. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 42 yards on the ground. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They'll run again with Blount. And some room to maneuver. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Well, it certainly appears that the big guys up front have taken charge of the line of scrimmage. 2 really nice plays back-to-back. But on the defensive side of the ball, there shouldn't be any despair. Okay, they've got us a couple of times here. Hang in there, keep your composure, and try and figure it out for the next play.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
And they'll go Wentz to Blount here. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with second and just 2 yards to go.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
So they don't even need to run a second down play. Give them the first.
And typically when we see this jumping, isn't it usually 3rd down, 4th down? They got them on 2nd down. I think that's a lack of discipline.
First and goal from the 5. They hand off to their big tight end. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Trey Burton taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. A look at Pittsburgh now on offense, a group that only put up 17 points against Chicago in that Week 3 loss. But, Charles, gosh, the AFC North, they lost all 4 games last week.
Cleveland, not a surprise. They lost Indianapolis, but they did have a big, furious rally and almost got back into a tie. How about Baltimore going to London and getting thrashed by Jacksonville? And Cincinnati, maybe the surprise of the day, even though they lost, took Green Bay to the limit at Lambeau Field before losing in overtime. Hard as it is to believe, all of them lost, which means no one gained an advantage on Sunday.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Bell. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
Now Roethlisberger eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
Pulled in at the 24. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. They'll begin here with Blunt. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game. And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best. Again, here's Blunt. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Here's Blunt. Stopped short of the 25. The 2nd effort couldn't free him. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down. Yeah, they add a DB. To throw, it's Wentz. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. And this will not have the distance to get there. Short, no good, just under the crossbar. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. Doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. Kind of running there at your own risk against that 4-3 and that big line, aren't you?
Yeah, and I don't really run it against a good 4-3 team that well because I've got to get those guys on the move a little bit. If you're a static running team, meaning you just want to run it in the middle, you may have some trouble against good defensive tackles. That's what we just saw on that play. No gain.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, no second-guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Now Wentz. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. Daniel McCullers coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Now Wentz. Ertz over the middle. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. And they give this time to the tailback. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Throwing his Wentz. And it's caught by Saleh. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Now a handoff handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Blunt rumbling with a first down and more. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On first down, Wentz. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Now Wentz. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They struggle to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And Elliott puts this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they kick it through to take the lead. There is a little bit of time left, though, here in the second quarter.
And while they're concerned about not giving up a big return or giving up points themselves going into the half, how good do they feel, though, putting points on the board themselves right near the end of the first half?
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Going for the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And hello, I guess Larry's halftime show was buttoned through. And we are moving on and ready to go for the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. An Eagle first down there, Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now a handoff looking right. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
A handoff as they run the counter play. Finding room to the 20. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll run with Smallwood. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
So they're on the 5-yard line here, 2nd down and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They come out here in the I. Good play here. 3rd down and goal from the 2. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
And the kick by Elliott is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline, somewhat happy.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
On the run, he'll let it. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Now a carry for Blunt. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. And he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. They run Smallwood, and they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And Elliott puts this one through. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that's a big one there. It's his 3rd field goal of the game, and a 2-score lead's got to feel pretty good right about now.
And while they're not free and clear yet, you're right. Now this defense can go out knowing that it's going to take more than one big play to catch them.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Roethlisberger to throw. Man open right side, it's Rodgers. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike.
This is caught inside the 15. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Eli Rogers, 55 yards. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. And he's got it up and through. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And some room to roam now. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. Throwing now is Roethlisberger. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And his kick is good. And that will give them a 12-point lead. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we sign off from Heinz Field.
Yeah.